This is tip 3 of 5 ways to avoid power struggles. So when I think of this tip, I think of Shannon, who would come up to her son and say, "Okay, time to clean the blocks up." And he would just rage, "No," and get very angry. And she would think, boy, that just came out of nowhere. Or also Allison, who said she was watching her child at a musical and noticed he needed to change his diaper, came over to him and said, "Hey, let's change that diaper." And he yelled at her, "No," and immediately got really angry. Both of these moms told me it felt like the response just came out of nowhere, and so they didn't know how they could have avoided that power struggle. So this tool is called c.a.r, an acronym to imagine you notice what your child's doing, whether it's playing with the blocks or watching a show, and you want to get them in your car and go to a next activity. So think of c.a.r. The first tool is to connect. So often we yell across the room, we're like, "Hey, it's time to get going," or "Hey, we need to do this." Come over to your child, put a hand on their shoulder, look into their eyes, connect for just a moment. "Hey, Ryder." Then acknowledge. The A is acknowledge what's going on in their world. "Oh man, I see you built such a cool block tower. Look at how big it got." Or this child that's watching the musical, "Oh man, this is so cool. You've been loving all the songs." Acknowledge what's going on in their world and their mind. And then move to redirect. And I often see parents state what needs to happen, and you can lean into one of the tools we've talked about in the other ideas of 5 ways to avoid power struggles, and that is to ask instead of tell. Get their mind on a different topic by saying something like, "How do we want to clean up these blocks? Do we want to clean up the blue ones first or the red ones? Should we clean them up with our hands or with our elbows?" Maybe something silly for just a moment. Or with the person that was at the musical saying to him, "Ooh, what song are we going to sing while we change your diaper?" So after you've connected, you've acknowledged what's going on in their world, then you redirect by giving them some way to think about their choices. Connect, acknowledge, then redirect, instead of just coming up to the child and asking them to shift gears. When Shannon tried this, she said it was totally different. She could come up to Ryder and say the connection, acknowledgement, and then redirect, and boom, he would be cleaning up the blocks in seconds. And Allison told me that when she tried that different approach, diaper changes went so much easier. So this is a key for how to avoid power struggles.